Well, hello chaps, it's Commodore Graham here, and I know the last video was kind of an updatey video, a channel updatey video, but this one is sort of as well, I guess, after a fashion. Just to let you know what's going on and what I've decided that I'm going to be doing on the channel, because the channel update was more sort of, well, I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing on the channel. It might be this, it might be that, it might be the other. Yeah, what's actually happening is this. I'm currently in a new world, just a test world where I'm derping about with a new version of Blood in the Olden Times. So me and the Countess are going to be continuing with that, but it's going to be kind of a reboot, redux, reimagining of the whole thing. So we'll be starting a new world because we've decided, hello vampire hunters, we've decided to change the terrain generation from the alternate terrain generation mod that we were using before to biomes aplenty. This is meant as no disrespect to TTFT Cuts, the maker of the alternate terrain generation mod. His terrain generation mod is indeed fantastic. However, we couldn't find this particular mob anywhere. This mob called a freeze, which is added by the Tough as Nails mod, and we kinda needed the drops from that mob, unfortunately. But I mean, now I've changed to whatchamacallit, you know what I'm talking about. Biomes aplenty here. I'm quite glad that I have, because although I don't like the actual shapes of the terrain so much, it adds a whole lot more variety in terms of types of biomes, different sorts of trees, as you can see right here, actually. Trees, bushes, all kinds of shades. And it's pretty interesting. So sometime soon, me and the Countess are going to be starting to record in a new world. The other things that we've changed in the mod pack. I'm getting cold, actually. Is there anything I can do about that? Let's not worry. The other things that we've changed are that we've updated all the mods to their newest versions, except for Pam's Harvest Craft, because for some reason that broke some stuff when we updated that. And we've added the immersive engineering mod, which is kind of an oldie worldy, steampunky sort of old-timey sort of mod. So it pretty much fits in with the theme of the rest of the mod pack. So we now have two tech mods, really. We've got Ender.io and Immersive Engineering, and between them, we're going to be having lots of fun. I expect that probably I'll be doing more Ender.io stuff, and the Countess will be more into the Immersive Engineering, because that's her jam, as they say. Another thing about that is that Immersive Engineering adds a lot more ores. Like here you've got bauxite, which is the aluminium ore, copper ore, which pleasingly is the correct color. It's green. I know that copper isn't green, but oxidized copper is. Let's make it day. Yeah. Me and the Countess used to play Feed the Beasts Infinite. I think that's what the 1 point... No. I think that's what the old version of Feed the Beast was called. The 1.7.10 version is what I'm talking about. And we got into the immersive engineering towards the end of the period of time that we were doing that, especially the Countess. The Countess was a big fan of all the water wheels and wires and just kind of like old technology. And I've had a look through. Wait, there aren't any more mobs lurking around, are there? Okay. I've been having a little bit of a look through here, as you can see, at the immersive engineering stuff, and there's a lot of really interesting things, honestly. So we've that's one thing that we were missing, was having extra ores. I'm not 100% sure whether they're usable in Tinker's Construct yet. I suspect they probably are. So that means, if so, we'll have more materials for making Tinker's Construct tools. So that all kind of gels quite nicely. What else? Yeah, all sorts of like various new blocks, new sources of power generation, including a water wheel. That's pretty neat. I remember having an engineer's workbench last time I was playing Feed the Beast. I used it to make a revolver or some such. And you have other crazy things like steampunky looking gun turrets and chem thrower turrets. And the lanterns are really cute, stuff like that. A Tesla coil, I can't wait to try that shit out. Where is it? Yeah, aside from the revolver that I mentioned earlier, there's just crazy stuff like a chemical thrower that you can carry around, a railgun, and a engineer's skyhook, which is very Bioshock Infinite, I guess. So that's neat. And all of these like different additions that you can, all of these mods you can put onto your guns, almost makes it feel like Fallout 4 or something. Speaking of which, I'm going to stop playing Fallout 4 for now. And it's being replaced by another series. The trouble with Fallout 4 is that everything's too ugly. You know, like it's all ruined buildings and ruined subway tunnels and wasteland, and also in terms of the role-playing aspects of it, they're not so great either. You don't really get much of a choice about anything, really. Maybe you get a choice about like what you do, like I mean, what order you do things in. Nothing makes much difference to anything. Also, I don't think that the characters and the dialogue and plot and like all of that, I don't think it's really very good. So what it's going to be replaced by is The Witcher 3, which I've been playing a little bit, and it's very plain to me that aside from the game being extremely fun to play and very, very pretty indeed, and by the way, I've made it even prettier by making my own reshade for it to make it look a bit more like it looked in the test footage at E3 in 2014, back before everyone got sort of a little bit disappointed by what the game actually turned out to look like. But aside from that, the story's great. The characters are great. The voice acting is great. I just have no complaints about that game. So that's what's going to be going on. What did I come in here to do? Oh yeah, I probably need some foodsies. Now, I mean, obviously this is just sort of a test world, so nothing really matters here, but I'm going to try not to actually die of starvation in the middle of making this video. So yeah, the main series on the channel are now going to be the new version of Blood in the Olden Times, which me and the Countess are going to... I definitely want her to be in the first episode of the reboot, so to speak. It wouldn't seem right otherwise. So as soon as we get the opportunity to do that together, the next episode of Blood in the Olden Times will be coming out. The first episode of The Witcher should be coming out pretty soon, unless I run into some sort of technical difficulties that I didn't foresee, but probably it's going to be fine. That aside, I've actually had a few people now since I made a video, a Let's Try video of the Ether 2 mod for Minecraft. I've had a few people ask me, "Oh, please make this a series. It's so good." So I don't know exactly what's happening there. I am tempted to make a series of the Ether, but since I'm already going to have this series going, Blood in the Olden Times and The Witcher 3, I don't know whether it's going to be feasible to do the Ether at the same time. Maybe I could do it at the same time if I was playing it solo, but if you wanted to see me play the Ether with the Countess, that might have to wait. So I'll keep you posted on that. We'll see. Unless me and the Countess just get really into making just all the frickin' videos in the world. And what else? I'm probably, as much as I've complained about how like people aren't really seemingly especially interested in watching it, I probably still am going to be posting Binding of Isaac videos here and there, simply because it's, because I play it and it just seems like a waste not to record it whilst I'm playing it. So that will probably mostly be Binding of Isaac Anti-Birth, the modded version of the game, because it's just got more stuff going on and it's more fun to me than Afterbirth Plus is at this point. Although Afterbirth Plus is improving due to the like the monthly booster packs that add more items and stuff. And as far as Afterbirth goes, I've basically achieved all the achievements, or at least all the post-it note achievements. So if I post Afterbirth Plus videos, it's probably mostly going to be me playing the daily challenges. Although it's possible actually that I have some of the challenge runs still to do. I'll have to check that. I'm pretty sure actually that I haven't completed absolutely all of them. So yeah, maybe that's going to be a thing. So is there anything else to say about this? No, I think that's probably about it, to be honest. So to summarize, Blood in the Olden Times is continuing, but updated in a new world with the addition of biomes aplenty and immersive engineering. I'm going to be starting to let's play The Witcher 3. Not really a modded version of it. It's possible I might add some sort of quality of life mods, but it's not otherwise going to be modded, aside from the fact that I made a reshade to improve the graphics a bit. The Ether is something that may be coming in the future, but unless I do it solo, it might not be with the Countess. But we'll see. I'll ask her about it. And I'm still going to be playing a bit of the Binding of Isaac Anti-Birth and daily challenges in Afterbirth Plus sometimes, especially maybe on Sunday, if you remember my Mega Satan Sunday feature that I had, because that's when it's most fun to do the challenge run, when it goes all the way through to the Mega Satan fight. So yeah, that's about all I have to mention. When it comes to what's it called? Yeah, The Long Dark, which I did a few episodes of. I don't really know for sure whether I'll be doing any more of that. I might sporadically play it a little bit. It just sort of depends whether I feel like it. You have to be in or at least I have to be in a particular kind of mood to want to play The Long Dark. And I'm not always in that mood. So there you go. Anyway, as the sun sets, as dusk encroaches upon us, and the vampire hunters sharpen their stakes, I guess. That is wooden stakes. They're not. You know what I'm saying here. I will bid you adieu, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do please click the like button and share it with anyone who you think it's shareable to. Take care, chaps. See you soon.